Okay, so I'm just in my car. Hopefully you can all see me and you're having a wonderful day. So I've met a person at a regional, a gym manager for part of a state. And I realise when I'm talking to these people how bureaucratic, the reason that they move up is the bureaucracy is only supportive when you pay homage to the status quo and to the current bureaucratic empire. What I mean by this is, if you are more innovative, the reason that companies fail and businesses fail is if there are people who are innovative, have ideas that can work or potentially can work, is most of the time the senior bureaucrats within the corporation can't understand, because for a very long time they've only ever done one thing, which is exactly what their paymaster told them to do, and that's why they get upped in the organisation. They're not there to actually innovate. What they are there to do is to propagate, which is to maintain the status quo and that nobody's job is at risk, even if it's at the sake of the business success. And so anybody that comes along with ideas, that's a threat, because those ideas could be profitable, could be successful. And you find that when you're talking to these people, you're like, you're so out of it, you're behind the times by a lot. I don't think you can really see you have a clear vision. You go back into the things that used to work 10 years ago, but they haven't worked for the last 5 years, but you go back to them and you think they're going to work. And so this is why you constantly see the same social media in Australia over and over again. It's just boring. I am so sick of seeing this one guy with 30-second clips talking about these supplements. I don't want to, it's just, and then because I just flick through, I'm like, okay, I'm not interested. For longer form, and I'm listening for a little bit longer, maybe they even discuss each ingredient a little bit, not too much. And there's a little link there on the video to, hey, check it out here. That would be so much more fun for me. Not only that, but that long form video can be put on the big screen at the gyms instead of those, and instead of whatever they put on those videos, the music clips. But then also have a link so that people can start watching it on their phones as well. And then they have those, in the video you have, they can click on that product or service, But I just don't really understand why there are people who just refuse to innovate. It's really shocking, because I don't think they do it. They're not interested in the success of the business. But I don't even think they're thinking about that all the time. They are thinking about how to please the person that gave them the job in the first place. And that's it. And I'm just sitting there yesterday, I'm thinking, this guy's, he's the same age as me, but I understand. See, I don't think he's ever been at risk of unemployment as long as he just says what the boss tells him to say. It's sort of like being a useless. But he's completely useless. I just find that, there's a lot of people in this world who are basically useless, but then there's a lot of people who are underappreciated. For example, the trucking industry in Australia, the way that they are treated is horrendous. They are... how anybody could ever get away with it. You know, we import new people who can't drive trucks, then they get their licenses, they start driving trucks, they drive all kinds of things and make big mistakes that cause a lot of people a lot of accidents, and you know, they take a lower wage, so the traditional truck drivers in Australia, who are incredibly reliable, resilient, hardworking, intelligent, knowledgeable, get shafted. The unions go and employ these new overseas truckers, and because that's now, I think that is, you know, for whatever reason, our political parties, the uni party that we have in Australia now, he keeps flooding our nation with people that we don't need, because when you go to seek.com.au, every job has at least 1,000 applicants now. One person I know got an email back saying we had over 10,000 people for this one job. Like, whoa. I can remember in the year 2000 when I was speaking to somebody who was a HR. I remember her complaining that she got 20 applicants for a job. Like, God, I'm supposed to go through all these resumes, and how can we do it? We're being over flooded in many cases, and we don't have the infrastructure. It's horrible. But in the I think in the gym space as well, being over flooded with people that they're not there to innovate, change the game up. They're not going to add value. They're just going to maintain the script, the status quo, and you don't need that all the time. Oh, that's that Suzuki Jimny, the brand new one. Looks pretty cool. Looks like a small commercial Hummer to me. Tired. Need to do a lot of. I'm exhausted every day now. And nothing gets better. What's that BMW driver doing? If you see a BMW driver, be wary. They usually can't drive. And I don't like some, and you know, it's just like since coming back after 20 years in this country, I don't feel like it's really I can't explain this feeling I've got. It feels like it's not really mine. It also feels like there's a complete disconnection between the theory and practice. Like, oh, there's help for this, there's help for that. No, there's not really when it gets down to actually doing it. But you can stay within this system, which allows the bureaucracy to create work for itself, so it can say it's doing something. Ugh. Which I don't really understand. Government jobs have exponentially grown since I've been gone. But when you go there, you don't really get much done. There's more decision makers caught up in the processes. But still, fraud is rampant. I've realised this, that you can still, the government cramp down on fake English language qualifications. You can still get them, and, there's, all these vocational colleges that, I've heard of, they have now all the trainers and assessors are in India and the Philippines, and they do it all online, and it's nasty. Like, you can they're basically signing off on anything. We seem to have just lost, I can't explain what it is. It's like, we're no longer Australia. We're no longer the Australia I remember. People don't even talk to each other anymore. Like, they're all afraid. And, you know, we can't even tell our politicians to bugger off now. It's hate speech, you know, like come on, this is not Australia. We don't go around being pussies in Australia. We talk shit. That's what we are. Oh, good, there's a parking spot. You know, I mean, look at this busy at workplace here in Southport. They've got all these cars. They don't go anywhere. Why are they all here? It's all government sponsored. It's like, yeah, it's just, we sort of... Where, you know, it's like the government now just wants to tell us how to spend our money. It wants to tell us what to think, what to do. I'm like, yeah, fuck off. You know, like, you're supposed to work for us. We don't work for you. But no, that's not anymore. Now in Australia, it is really, they want to be able to tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it, but they don't want to tell us why. But it's about full control over everything that we do, and it's like, I felt I had a lot more freedom in Thailand than Australia, a lot less bureaucracy, even in Japan, and decisions were able to be made better in Japan and Thailand compared to here. This place, things have gone really weird, and I just don't know what's happening. Anyway, I found my smartwatch. Fell down the seat of the car. I'm tired. I'm exhausted every day. Really am. Don't know what to do about it. Okay, bye good people.